Rock Solid MUZKAST Experience. Hey, Dave, Patrick.
It's ADP.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get all country in it because I'm getting ready to head out to Wyoming and Montana.
And speaking of country, out there in Knoxville, Tennessee, we got Matt and Faith.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I feel like we're on a first name basis now. You know, Matt and Faith, Matt Sassano, and Faith also Azariah Music, right? Also known as AKA, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
man.
She nods a lot.
Let's be clear. The only reason you're on a first name basis is because they have it written on the screen.
That's true. That's true. I read it straight from the screen. It says Matt and Faith. I should have changed it up and called it Faith and Matt, and then at least I would have had, you know,
Wiggle room.
Yeah, a little wiggle room.
Right, man. Yeah, we're glad we know it now, man. I'm just repeating my own name throughout this podcast, so you remember. And Matt said just narrate.
Yeah, there you go. Just, you know what? Always refer to yourself in first person.
Yeah, like Donald Trump. I'll be like Donald Trump.
The Matt would do it this way, like you're a wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're a wrestler. And then we also have straight from Kaiser Permanente and a hospital bed. We have a floating head of Aaron.
Looks more like it's sinking.
Here you go. You can see it all.
He's got the gown on.
Yeah.
So he's legit. So
yeah.
With the way he was just operating that bed, I should give him my hat and he can see how long. It's like the mechanical bull. 8 seconds, Aaron. 8 seconds, bud.
We're gonna have to do a break if the nurse is busting to give him a sponge bath or something. We'll have to take a break.
I don't want to see that break, bro.
No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that.
No.
Yeah.
Yellow, Aaron. Here's a sponge.
No, you know what, Aaron? Aaron, if they do something like that, just turn the camera off, but leave the audio rolling so we can
I don't
hear it.
Hear that either.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
So, hey, Matt, we got to see you a month or two ago, right? Out in Vacaville, California.
Man, it was awesome. Man, and I guess it was your second time seeing me, and it was awesome to catch up again on the road with 7 Day Slumber. This is probably my 4th tour with them, and so they're kind of frequents around the area. We did a whole West Coast tour, and Vacaville was one of the stops, and I wasn't sick this time like when you saw me last time, and so you said I was a little bit even better live, so I'm glad to hear that, man.
Yeah, we every time I see you, you get better, is what I said. That's what I said. And yeah, you put on a rocking show that night that we saw you. You're touring around, or you just got off tour, right? So you're touring around with 7th Day Slumber and Magdalene Rose. Now, have you toured with had you toured with GFM in the past?
You know what? It was kind of funny. The first tour that I ever was scheduled to do was with GFM, but what happened was that was in the notorious year of 2020. So we did one show in Fort Worth, Texas, and the world shut down. So I was sent back home for a whole year, and there was rumors of the world ending and all this other stuff. So I was really excited to kind of get back on the road with Magdalene and everything, just because, when everything shuts down, it was like, man, we got to redo this. And
so you're never allowed to do a show with GFM ever again. Yeah,
it was my bad luck. I was like, man, hopefully nothing like this happens again. Any more
are you
going?
Hey, Matt, are you the reason the band broke up?
Man, yeah, either me or Dr. Fauci, one of the two, man. I don't know.
Right.
Ever since COVID, things have been crazy.
I saw GFM with Fozzy. They opened up for Fozzy. They were great. Magdalene Rose on this one. Not that I'm not gonna say she's I'm not gonna say she's better without her sisters. I'm just gonna say that she's matured and become a solo artist, and it's it's really great to see. She did a great show.
Yeah, it's kind of a turn that like a lot of people have to take. Like I know for me, I came from a whole band kind of scenario back in the day before I became a solo artist, and being a solo artist really does kind of stretch your abilities and stuff like that. Whereas like a lot of people rely on bands and that's cool, you know. But like when you go up there, you know, being a solo artist and kind of like learning to do it on your own, and it really is a challenge, and it definitely makes you stronger, you know. And so I'm glad for her, man. It was a really fun tour, and she seemed to really have a great time with us too. And yeah, it was great.
Fantastic. And Faith, not to leave you out, you weren't on tour with him. We were looking for you.
Oh man, yeah. I wish I could have been able to join him, man. I mean, I'm hoping one day we can be able to, you know, get up the funds so where we could all hopefully one day travel together. I had to stay back and kind of hold down the fort and all that, but I heard that it was a fun time and all, and I was really excited he got that opportunity.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Awesome.
And you know, like I said, eventually we'll be trying to add her in on some violin sometime, or you know, like I said, it's always kind of fun to kind of go through some of these new songs. A lot of them have orchestral parts, so we'll see what happens, man. We're just kind of going by God's lead and seeing where God takes us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Awesome. Now I hear you play a mean violin.
I do. I don't mean to brag, but I've been playing it for about 10 years since I was in 5th grade. I've always had a love for the violin, and it's always been something that God has actually given me a natural talent for. So I'm really excited and definitely hoping to one day use that for him more and more often.
So let's pose a hypothetical
she played
question.
Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh, see, now I want you to come on the show one time and play that for us.
Well, here's my hypothetical question.
Yeah,
So let's say that you did go down to Georgia and you ran into the devil and he offered the contest. Who would win?
Oh man, that'd be a tough choice, but I hope it'd be me. I don't really want to sell my soul to him.
For your sake, I hope you wouldn't even enter the gamble, because you know Johnny, he was a little.
No, I would go down there, and I don't know if you guys know, like the old W's. You ever heard the band, the W's, and they had that old song? I would want to sing to the devil's face. You are the devil, and the devil is bad.
Yes.
Well, you know, I just feel I have to throw this in here. One of my favorite movies is Crossroads. Speaking of Devil Goes Down to Georgia, if you've seen Crossroads, and Steve Vai playing against
Ralph
Macchio, who actually, by the way, Steve Vai played all of the guitar parts in that scene, but they just show Ralph playing it. But anyways, what a great movie.
Have you ever seen What It Really Sounds Like?
Who doesn't? Hey, by the way, who doesn't like seeing the devil get his butt whooped? I mean, really, it's always a premise for a great story. Yeah, great song, great story, great movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the clips that they put up, like What It Really Sounds Like? A guitar player will go in and they look at the fretboard that Ralph is playing, and they'll play the actual notes that Ralph is playing, and it sounds like a complete train wreck.
Does it really?
And then they compare it to what the sound, like the actual happened in the movie. It is horrible. It's hilariously horrible.
Well, I guess it just goes to speak of how talented Steve Vai is. Now, see, God graced Faith with violin, Steve Vai with guitar, and he graced me with complaining. That's what I do, really. That's my talent. I complain. And I mean, it's not useful whatsoever.
Pretty sure.
Thanks for entertaining radio. You know, that's good.
I guess. I don't know. Everybody gets tired of it eventually, even me. Anyhow.
Yeah.
All right. So, Matt, you're heading back in the studio with Josiah Prince from that little band.
Disciple.
Thank you.
Disciple. Yeah, man, it's been an awesome time. I did that directly off tour, so I spent about 3 days in studios. We're working on 2 new singles, and just really excited for this. The last 2 singles that we did went #1 on the CMW charts, and so we're hoping that, we're hoping that we follow that trend and that the songs make a huge impact, man.
Yeah.
Well, I always ask this question, Matt. When are the singles going to be released?
So I'm thinking. So there's a song called "Fuel" that I'm coming out with, and then there's another song called my mom's in the corner, and she really just wants me to gloat right now about my Grizzly Award.
Oh, look at that! He's got a Grizzly. Woo!
Yeah.
Nobody puts your mother in the corner.
I'm like, I'll do it. So everybody in Rock Salt, Grizzly Awards 2023, man.
All right. But Grizzly's got to put together a podcasting category, because I'd like a Grizzly, and I know there's a lot of other podcasters like me.
Yeah. I want to know who put your mom in the corner. That's rude.
I'm going to pitch that idea. Man, for sure.
Pitch that idea. Pitch that idea. I mean, I feel like we are the left shoe of the Christian rock music community. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't need it. You don't need it, but it's cool. It's cool to have a pair.
I will. I'm going to raise hell next time. I'm going to be like, we need a podcasters division, and I will get that done.
I would love that.
I'll try. I talk like Donald Trump. I'm going to try to do my best.
Yeah. When you go in there, just go, these guys are fabulous. They're terrific. They're the best ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be like, Rock Salt Radio deserves its own podcast division.
I feel like everybody just Zoolandered this pitch.
Yeah.
Give him blue steel while you do it.
Yeah, give some blue steel there.
Yes.
Make the Grizzlies great again.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, what Grizzly Award did you win?
Yeah. Oh, so Matt, I got fan choice this year.
Oh,
so,
fan choice.
Yeah,
you know
man,
what? That's more important than any other category, in my opinion, because the fans are what makes it important. I will take it.
Yeah, we got nominated for a lot of different categories, and then it just ended up getting shook out that we got fan choice. So I am not only just Matt Sassano, I'm Grizzly Award winning Matt Sassano, which is really, really cool. Yes. And so shout out to the Grizzly Awards, man.
Right on. Yeah. And so these songs that you're working with Josiah on, are these rockers, or are they kind of ballads, or what do you got coming for us?
Yeah. I would say that they're rockers, man. Like, my style is kind of to throw electronic in with rock, but I think these songs hit just a little bit heavier than the last ones. And I think the subject matter is really, really important and stuff like that. We're just pouring a lot into these. And so I'm excited to see how these kind of shake out. It's been a while since I've been in the studio with Josiah. So discussing a lot of great stuff on these songs. And I think they're just a tad more heavy hitting than the last stuff. So I think you guys will dig it.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I am. Now, Fuel, that's not the cover of the Metallica song, right?
No. It's it's a pretty good song, but it's just meant to say that, like, the dark things that you go through in your life don't have to be your end, and oftentimes build you into the person that you need to be. Like, I know for me, growing up with disabilities and being picked on and all these kinds of things, and coming from, like, a troubled background, that it gave me the strength to pursue what I need to pursue. Oftentimes people give up. But I don't know, for whatever reason, growing up like I grew up really gave me the resilience to do what I'm doing now. And it gave me a special insight. So I just wanted to encourage any listener that, like, don't let that thing that's, getting the best of you now be your end. Continue to rise above, let it be your fuel.
Oh, good message. Now I got to touch on anybody that doesn't know Matt Sassano. you have a song called "That's Not My Name," and I have to bring it. I have to bring it up. You have to go check this out on YouTube or whatever, or go see Matt live, because you wear this coat with these names on it. And my wife loves this story. Well, just, you know what? I'm going to let you tell the story because you can do it better than I can. Tell me about the coat of many names.
Yeah, absolutely. So my first tour was 7 Day, which was 2021. I was like, I'm not a very crafty person, but I called my mom in the room and I was like, Mom, can you do me a quick favor? She's like, yeah. I was like, I need you to paint loser and retard on the back and the front and the back of the hoodie. I'm going to wear it on tour. She said, what? And I said, there's a meaning behind this. And basically what I do is before the song, Not My Name, I wear this hoodie with a whole bunch of names on it that people get called. And I talk about the labels that people come in with, because oftentimes we run into on tour people that have drug histories, people call them addicts, a whole host of issues. And so I ask people and kind of challenge them, what are the labels that you've come in here with tonight? And I kind of encourage them to the end that there's a God that sees through those labels and loves them just the way they are. And so that is kind of the message behind the hoodie. But I've accidentally a few times stopped at a gas station after a tour, and somebody caught a glimpse of it and they're like, what is that dude's problem? But it is a conversation starter
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you can go through life, any single person, without being bullied at some point by somebody. It's just human nature is just a part of life. I'm not saying it's right. And I'm not saying anybody should do it, but I think it just is what it is. And it's what you do with I'm trying to think of the word I want, but what you do with these insults that they hurl at you, these names that they call you. Do you let it drag you down, or do you use it constructively like you have? And the point I'm getting at here is it's not a sign of weakness if it brings you down, but you need to look at the positive side of this. Cut those people out of your life. They don't even matter. If that's what they think of you, they don't matter. And you're going to, once you trim those bushes, man, your life becomes so much better.
Exactly. And that's kind of why I chose to release Fuel right after like the Not My Name, Dear God, because it was like, all these things that have happened and all these things that have transpired in my life are now the fuel. You have two routes that you can choose to be, a victim and have a victim mentality, or you can take those victim circumstances and turn them into something positive. And I know that that's way harder than it sounds. And it took me many, many years. And, I've been fortunate, but like, there's always a way, and that's kind of the message that I'm trying to get across, is that like the dark things that happen to you don't have to be the end, man. It can be, a page turner, man. We can continue.
I don't know why I'm going down this road. I'm just being led down this road. I'm not going to say it's a Jesus thing or anything like that. I'm just, this is where my mind is going is, I was bullied pretty bad growing up. I had plenty of times where I went home crying after school and stuff like that. Didn't have friends and that sort of thing. I had my periods in life.
Sure.
And even into my 20s, I was dealing with the repercussions of what I dealt with in my teen years, and trying to figure all that stuff out. And like I was just saying, I finally got to a point, and this was like in my 40s, where I went, the people that call you those names don't care about you anyways. So why do you care about them? Why do you let them even matter? And once I started attacking the situation like that, like, oh, you just call, okay, you have a nice day. See ya. Man, my outlook and everything just improved. And I don't know, maybe I'm giving some advice or something like that, but I'm telling you, whatever you're going through, it's not forever. And how you handle it and what you make of it, you can either let it make you stronger or you can let it bring you down. Don't be the victim. Don't be the victim.
Exactly.
Just walk away. Would you agree?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the like kryptonite to the bully is when you don't amplify whatever they're doing and you can, walk away from their head held high. Like that's the thing that really is, because they're trying to get a stir out of you. They're trying to do all that stuff. So if you can walk away, man, that is kind of the kryptonite. And so, yeah, like I said, it kind of goes hand in hand. Not My Name, about kind of, being outcasted, and my next single, Fuel, is like, thanks for all the things that you did to me that were bad, and because of you, I'm ascending, and I'm doing better, and all that. So I can't wait for you guys to hear the new stuff.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to hear it myself. Now, you've got a song that you did with Faith here. Do I call you Faith or do I call you Azariah?
You can call me Faith, either one.
Just don't call you late for dinner. All right. That's a joke. You guys did a song. You guys did a song together called "Sorry's a Dirty Word."
Yeah.
Tell me a little about that, and how did you guys like working together on a song?
Yeah, man. So I'll explain the process, and then I'll let her let you know how it was working with Josiah and stuff. But basically, it was the last song on my In Defiance EP to be recorded. It really wasn't written yet. And I tried to figure out what I wanted to write, and an issue that I've always had was a bad relationship with my father. And Sorry is a Dirty Word is that song about that person where you can't gain closure. Is the one word that they won't say. And so out of just a weird kind of coincidence, I had reached out to Faith and wanted to bring in some fresh blood on the song. I was like, it'd be really cool to kind of do this together. And it was kind of weird because we started having conversations throughout the recording process of this song about her own family situation and how she's kind of just troubles with certain situations in her family and lack of closure. And so it not only was just kind of like, let's do a collab, but the central message just fit so well with both of us. And I just knew that it was going to really work out in the end. And I'll let her tell you about the rest of kind of what it was like to work with Josiah.
Yeah, absolutely. It was such an honor to work with Josiah Prince. He's such a really cool, down-to-earth guy. He definitely pushed me to become better as a singer, and it was an honor to get to work with Matt and be able to sing a song. Not only did that applied to me, but that applied to so many other people, and it was just a very fun experience.
Yeah.
And very huge honor to be able to do it.
Did you play violin on it?
No, unfortunately not this time around, but sometime soon.
All right.
Yeah,
Matt, you gotta get a violin song going.
Oh, I know, right? Some of these new Fuel and even Sorry is a Dirty Word had violin, but we do the lazy route. We're in 2023. We'd much rather patch it in on a computer than practice anything, But you know what I'm saying? But
I know what you're saying.
I mean, there's definitely some cool stuff.
Well, let's check out Sorry is a Dirty Word here with Matt and Faith on Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience. Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience. Aaron. Patrick.
There is no Aaron. He had to go fetch his missing toe.
And I left myself out. I was supposed to I was supposed to leave Aaron out. I left myself out instead. Dave and Patrick.
Yeah, here we are. Let's do
this. All right. Aaron. You got your cowl?
Yeah, I got to get my cowl on.
All right. While he's doing that, I'm gonna give the rundown that Aaron's in the hospital. He's lost an appendage. I won't tell you which one. I'll leave that up to him.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. It's a big one. So he was doing the show from his hospital bed, and apparently the nurse came in to give him a sponge bath or something. So
you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
So can we call you Patrick
or Patman?
Oh, Patman. I like Patman better. Patman. All right. So I know, Faith, the last time you were on the show, we talked some Batman stuff, and you're a big Batman fan, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say I know everything, but pretty much I know a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
Okay. Well, I'm no expert.
Completely wear me out on bat knowledge. That modesty is already destroyed.
This guy's gonna win. He's got the mask.
I got all cocky and put the cowl on, and she's just gonna break out shark spray. Adam West.
You know what? I think she's trying to psych you out, Patrick.
Absolutely.
I think. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So Patrick and I are big Batman fans.
We're ready.
Yep.
You're ready? All right. We're big Batman fans. We know you guys like Batman as well, so I decided let's do a little Batman trivia. You guys ready? I got 3 easy questions, 3 hard questions.
Yes.
And we'll let you guys team up against Patrick, and we'll see how everybody does. All good? So, all right. So, how do you guys want to go about this? Whoever chimes in first, or do you want me to direct a question to somebody? I'll let you guys decide.
All right. We can do whoever chimes in first, I think.
Yeah, let's family
deal,
All right, chimes in first. All right. So we'll start with the easy questions. I'll let you know when we move on to the hard ones. How about that?
All right.
All right. First question 1. I got to get my sound effects. I forgot to mention this. No, I don't have. Oh, I was working on my sound effects and I ran out of time. So I don't have my sound effects. It's just me. All right.
We can just go.
Yeah. In the 60s Batman TV series, name the actor who portrays Batman.
Ooh,
Adam West.
Batman got it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. He also was on Family Guy. He's, we should have known this. Patrick was killing.
That was a softball for sure. For sure.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
all right.
I knew this.
Next question. Easy one. What actor played the Joker in Batman 89?
Oh,
89? I knew that too. Oh, Nicholson.
Wait till they get a load of me.
You know what?
The best line from that movie, this town needs an enema.
Yeah.
Needs an enema.
You know what? Because Matt and Faith, because your connection is a little slow, Patrick is just going to nail every single one of these. So I'm going to direct the questions instead.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
That's a little more fair, I believe. Just because we got a slow connection.
Let's do that.
All right. And if you don't get it right, the question goes to Patrick.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds good.
All right. So Matt and Faith, who directed the film Batman Returns featuring Catwoman as one of the antagonists?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, you got it. That's
boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right.
Sweet. Patrick is going down.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Let me switch over here to I had another question lined up, but it's on my computer and now I can't find it.
Well, since we're playing the slow connection game, go ahead and you can direct the next question to them just out of
Well, the next question is a hard one, and I don't want to get into the hard ones yet.
That's what I'm saying. Just give them we'll let them if we say it's I don't want any blemishes or asterisks by my victory.
Let me. This is an easy one. Here's an easy one. This one's from.
Okay.
This one's for Matt and Faith, right?
Okay.
All right. Which actor portrayed the Riddler in the film Batman Forever, 1995?
Ooh, Batman Forever, Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. All right. Now it's tied up. Now it's tied up. Now we're into the hard questions. Now.
All right.
This one's going to. Wait a minute. That one's
Patrick.
Yeah. All right. This one's for Patrick.
I mean, I think Batman could have pulled off a mustache.
Totally.
Dude, it looks
like a
legit, dude. I wish I had a Batman mask sometime. I wish I would have brought it. I have it somewhere in my room, but yeah, I wish I would have matched the
intensity. Come with your game face on, Matt. Huh? Matt Man versus Pat
Man.
Yeah,
Is that
man,
what we're doing here?
All right, this is gonna separate the Matt Mans from the Pat Mans. We're gonna find out who really knows these things. All right, Patman in the Batman TV series. Who played the role of Catwoman in the 3rd season?
That would be Hottie McHotpants, David.
No.
Oh. Sorry.
This one goes to you. This goes to this. I told you these are hard. I gave you 3.
She's hot. Or she was back in the 60s standards.
Now, if you don't get it, Matt and Faith, if you guys don't get it, I'll kick it back to Patrick and you can name any of the actresses that played Catwoman.
Okay, so any of the actresses that played Catwoman?
No, you got to choose the one from the 3rd season.
The 3rd season on Gotham, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. 1966 Batman.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Adam West days.
I remember her. I don't remember her name. I just remember being a young boy sweating at the TV set. I was like, woo! That's all I remember. Like she was in my puberty, but I don't remember her name.
I'll kick this back to Patrick. Anybody that played Catwoman in the 66 Batman series.
Oh, I thought it has to be in the 66 Batman series. I don't know any of their names.
All right. Matt, Faith, you guys know any? Huh?
I know the Catwoman man.
All right. Maybe I made this one too hard. The answer was Lee Merriweather played Catwoman in the 3rd series or 3rd season. Julie Newmar. That was the name I was expecting everybody to say. She's the most famous Catwoman, Julie Newmar.
Julie Newmar. I should have had my mom. She was born in the 60s. I got to have her have a bug in my ear and whisper
there
all
you go.
the answers.
Now you're talking like Joe Biden at a debate.
Do the old Joe Biden, yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, you know the thing.
The thing.
No, it's the Julie Batgirl woman.
Eartha,
you know the thing.
Eartha Kitt also played Catwoman in 66 Batman. All right. Matt and Faith, this one's a hard one for you. You know, you saw the Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. In the Dark Knight Rises, what is the name of the underground prison where Bruce Wayne is held captive?
The underground prison. Bruce Wayne is held captive.
After his back was broken.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. Oh man!
Man, we're gonna have to hand this off to Patrick, man. We are
all right.
Yeah, Patrick ain't got it either. I'm drawing a blank, but I know it's where he recovered from having his back broken by Bane, and he was thrown into that pit, and he did all the push-ups and the pull-ups, and then he escaped by climbing the thing.
Wasn't it called The Pit?
Oh, he got it. Matt pulls it out.
That was
also
stolen valor. Stolen valor right there. After he's thrown
into the old Biden on you.
Sassano jumps in.
I would have also accepted the Lazarus pit.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Lazarus.
Oh shoot!
Just saying what it's called, man. What do you want me to do? I'm not the one that made the movie.
It wasn't the Lazarus pit. The Lazarus pit brings dead people back to life.
I didn't make the movie, dude. All right.
Okay. Man.
Patrick.
This one is.
This is the last question. It's to you. And by the way, I think this was probably the most difficult one.
Oh, great.
In the 1989 film Batman, directed by Tim Burton, what is the full name of the character played by Michael Keaton? And when I say full name, first, middle, and last? And it's multiple choice.
Go ahead.
Is it A, Bruce Thomas Wayne? B, Bruce Wilson Wayne? C, Bruce Walter Wayne? Or D, Bruce Wayne Thomas?
It is definitely A, Bruce Thomas Wayne, after his father.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You got it, man.
Woo!
I thought that was going to be the difficult one.
Absolutely not.
I didn't think a lot of people would know his middle name.
Yeah.
Not for Patrick, man. Patrick knows all.
And I honestly thought, yeah, I honestly thought you guys would all know the pit. I thought that one you guys would definitely know.
Okay.
Guess I was wrong. All right. Thanks, guys.
Dude,
We are now your socials. Where can people find both Matt Sassano and Azariah music?
Sure. So I got a website, just mattsassano.com. Should have all the Instagram links on it and everything like that. And for her, go ahead.
Instagram, Facebook, and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. Do you have like Faith Elizabeth? Like what's your?
It's underneath Azariah. You can follow that page there, or you can follow Azariah Official on Instagram. And I don't have a website up at the moment, but you can find all the songs on YouTube, Spotify, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Go check that out. Matt, are you touring or doing any shows coming up?
So yeah, we're making plans right now. I've got a few things. I've been talking to Josiah from Disciple, and he's given me a couple references, a few bands that are going on tour. I've got on, and I'm going to be in Ohio on July 17th for a festival, and then I'm going to be doing a New York show in my hometown church, the church I was raised in, a hometown show in a little town called Hornell, New York, which will be cool because I get to see family. And then I'm with the Protest, I think in Ohio on August 17th. So I'll be with the Protest then.
That's going to be a great show.
And, yeah, man, we're excited. I got to meet them one other time when I was on tour with Seventh Day Slumber, and they're just super cool guys. And so we're working on some cool shows for the summer, man, and getting ready to rock.
All right. And cranking out a couple of new tunes as well. Thanks guys for coming on. We appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, since I want to talk to you, happy America's birthday next week.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. I'm excited, man. It's one of my favorite holidays. And, like I said on the last podcast, let's go, Brandon. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, by the way, I got to throw this out there real fast. When we saw you in Vacaville, there was a young man. I would say he's probably around 10 years old, something like that. You made a new friend. Oh, he was your buddy, man. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it was like he waited patiently for people to stop talking to you, and then he'd come back and talk to you some more. And but
dude, he was totally like just all night, man, wanting to know everything about me as an artist and just asking questions, drawing pictures. And I mean, it's crazy. People underestimate how on tour, man, like I got a lot of people that are just super interested in what we do. And that guy became if I was that man, dude, he would have been robbed.
Yeah.
He was the sidekick for the night, man.
Yeah. Well, you handled it, and handled is a bad word, but you handled it very nicely. I mean, you gave him 110% of your attention when you weren't giving it to, someone else who come up and talk to you. But any downtime, that kid had your attention.
Yeah, it becomes like a skill. I love chatting with people on tour. I love doing it. But it becomes a skill because you get off stage, you're kind of sweaty, your ears are ringing from all that. and people want to have your equal attention. So it becomes kind of thing. And unlike a lot of other artists that have 5 or 6 members, I was talking to Josiah about this, whereas like they can kind of split the time with each person that comes up to the table. I've kind of learned to hello, you know, and just like try to get all that time in. But that 10-year-old kid was testing my abilities, man. And but it was cool to meet everybody.
I wasn't complaining at all, because I'm sure I was like that when I was 10, you know, seeing bands and stuff. I would have I would have totally like, come talk to me. And who knew, you know, 40 years later, I'd just do this instead. I'll talk to you on the show. Here's my number. Hey, thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate it. Always love talking to you.
Thank you guys so much for having us, man. It was awesome. And I think Patman won the trivia this time, but I'll you know, bone up on my Batman facts and be back.
All right.
Maybe we'll do a show together, and we'll just have a whole afternoon after we get off stage of Batman discussion. We'll have a Batman discussion group.
If you guys do a show together, Patrick, you have to do the show dressed as Batman.
No. Dude, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you, bro.
No, the only show that we have a Halloween.
To end this out, man, I have an interesting. Yeah.
What's that?
I have like this interesting kind of story that kind of pertains to Batman, kind of goes along with the theme of this. But back when I was in one of my first bands, we did a lot in you know, bars and clubs, and there was a Halloween show. I decided to go as Batman, and at the end of the show, I'm having fun, you know, and I get a chance to tell my testimony through the show. Well, I get off stage dressed as Batman, and this girl comes up to me crying, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She was telling me how her father was also a pastor and was very highly abusive to her, and I wanted to make a special connection with this person and give her something to remember me by as I was encouraging her. So I took off my Batman mask and I said, I know this has nothing to do with God, but every time you see this Batman mask, I want you to think about that there's a God that loves you and cares about you. And so she went away with my Batman mask thinking that there was no connection to God and Batman, but it was just the only thing I had to let her remember this conversation. So in a weird way, I feel like we went full circle. And like I said, like, you know, Batman symbolizes a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Here in 10 years, he's going to get this weird photo on Instagram. It's going to be this girl's closet. It's got a bat altar set up where she prays 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, like the Muslims prays to the Batman. She breaks out her Batman beach towel, and that's what she prays. She's even hired a guy named.
I was trying to be
Alfred
encouraging, and she started her own religion.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, she just started her own bat cult. Way to go, Matt! Way to go!
Oh my gosh!
A bat cult.
When I thought that I was doing good for the world.
You know what? I will say, I'll end it on a positive here. And I this is 100% true. This is how I feel. You giving that girl that Batman cowl or mask,
turning her into a Bat Davidian.
There you go. That little gesture, that mask becomes far more valuable to her than it ever was to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now it has meaning. It has meaning behind it.
Yeah.
And it smells like you from the
I
sweat.
just gave it its meaning. Is like, yeah, I just kind of gave its meaning because I was like, how am I going to get this person to remember the whole night? And I just so happen to have that Batman mask. I was like, here you go. And so she still remembers it. Hopefully she didn't start her own bat call. But we'll see. You know, I tried.
Did you autograph it?
Yeah, man.
See?
Yeah, absolutely.
She has all her disciples dressed up as little robins.
Okay. All right. I'm going to end it here before Patrick crosses the line. Guys, thanks.
I'm beyond the line, David.
Yeah, just stop, Patrick. Hey, guys, thanks for coming on. Matt, Sassano.
Hey, keep rocking, man.
Faith Elizabeth.
Absolutely.
Azariah Music. Guys are on Rockfest Records, and you got a couple of new songs coming out in the next couple of months. Go check them out. They're on Spotify. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, rock on, guys. See you soon.